If you are a coach, consultant, and a speaker, have you faced this problem? Let's say you spend weeks and created a webinar presentation. Once you spend weeks created a webinar presentation, and then you are going to just send an email to invite people to the webinar. But you realize you don't get enough people to sign up, and also you don't get enough people to show up. Okay, I've been facing this problem for years. Really, I'm still facing the problem, but I'm just share something I've learned that actually solve the problem, or they get more people to show up. So when I first launched my webinar, I think I got about 10 people show up, and I just don't want it to be embarrassed. So what I did is, when I make the webinars automated, and I hide the number of the people who show up, and so then to make more people stay. But I realized that's not the solution. And what I realized, the best solution is getting more people to sign up and to show up is, I realized the best way is something called leverage branding. What do I mean leverage branding? Let's say if you are the person and nobody knows, if you just get started in your business, in your coaching business, your consulting business, or your speaking business, nobody heard about you. So the people who like to show up will be your family and friends, but your family and friends, they are not your ideal client. So that's why you don't get enough people to show up. So the best way is, even if you get started, I would suggest you should always leverage other people's branding. That means when you're doing a webinar, try to make sure as an interview. That means that you are interviewing someone who already got a brand, they already got a following. That means that you are able to leverage their brand, their following, to get people into your webinar. Why? Because these are the people already created something called momentum already. And when you get started, it's kind of like a push the slope on the top of the mountain. You don't have the momentum. That's why it's hard. So be able to learn how to do something called leverage branding is one of the best way to get people to sign up your webinar and get people to show up, so you can leverage other people's influence to get more people into your webinar.